Donald Trump arrived back to the United States after his disastrous trip to China, and he was instantly greeted by calls for his impeachment right next to his Bedminster, New Jersey golf course. Somebody put in the grass 8647 on it and said, "Impeach 8647, impeach Donald Trump right now." And it's intended for Donald Trump to see it right as he's flying over his golf course. Now, Donald Trump's trip to China was an absolute disaster. I've been covering it all week. I'll get to that in a second. But the phone lines at C-SPAN have been flooded as former Trump supporters are calling in saying, "We regret our vote. We need to get this guy out of here. We need to impeach him immediately." Watch this moment where the C-SPAN host asked the caller, "So what
political movement? It means both parties have damaged this country, and we need to look at the truth honestly. I've been watching your videos since yesterday, and honestly, I still don't understand what your media analysis is really trying to say. You keep repeating that Donald Trump made huge blunders and that China now sees America as weak because of him. But let me ask something honestly. Trump has only recently been back in office. He hasn't even completed a full term yet. So why does nobody want to talk about Joe Biden? When I say America should become strong again, that does not automatically mean I belong to one political movement. It simply means this country has been damaged by both parties. Now let's talk honestly about leadership.
He continued to attack the United States. He gave in to everything Xi Jinping wants. When it came to Taiwan, Xi Jinping got his way. Donald Trump even saying, "We're probably not going to give arms to Taiwan anymore." When it comes to any major foreign policy issue, Donald Trump said, "Whatever Xi Jinping wants. He's so strong. He's so powerful." And then Donald Trump said that he let Xi Jinping attack the United States and say that America is a nation in decline. Here's what Donald Trump said here. Play this clip.
Are destroying our country, and we have to stop it. You know, President Xi said something yesterday. He talked about, and he wasn't referring to the last 15 months, he talked about America is a nation in decline. And I said, you're right. But he wasn't talking about, because he said what you've done in 14, 15 months is a miracle.
Really? That's what you're saying, that you allowed Xi Jinping to attack the United States and you told them you agreed with it all?
A person suffering from severe mental decline should never be holding the office of President of the United States. The Democratic leadership themselves eventually pressured Biden to step aside because they knew he was no longer capable of functioning effectively. But despite that, he was still pushed forward. Why? Because many people believe powerful establishment figures could operate through him behind the scenes. And honestly, looking at what happened, during those years, looking at the consequences, who escalated the Ukraine conflict, who approved hundreds of billions of taxpayer dollars flowing overseas. Ordinary Americans are struggling financially while endless foreign conflicts continue draining this country. And then suddenly the media wants to place every economic problem entirely on Donald Trump. That makes no sense. Now let's talk about China. China did not suddenly become suspicious of America because of Trump. Chinese leadership understood America's containment strategy long before Trump ever returned to office. This goes back through multiple administrations. When Trump visited China, he tried to calm tensions through business and negotiation. He even brought major American business leaders with him as a signal that he wanted economic cooperation. But while he was trying to negotiate overseas, many politicians back home were publicly attacking China and undermining diplomacy. And here is America's biggest problem. Many politicians do not understand foreign cultures, foreign diplomacy, or long-term consequences. China watches everything. They hear every hostile statement.
So when Donald Trump returned to the United States, he brought with him about $2 trillion, not in the positive direction, as Donald Trump would say, in the negative direction. Positive in the negative direction. Donald Trump wiped out $2 trillion of wealth from the stock market as he was unable to make any deals and as he made the United States look utterly pathetic. Also, we are learning that Vladimir Putin will be heading to China to actually make real deals with Xi Jinping on May 19th and May 20th. As soon as Donald Trump left, Vladimir Putin's
made by American politicians. So blaming everything entirely on Trump is dishonest. The establishment on both sides shares responsibility for the instability we see today. And yes, there are establishment Republicans who opposed Trump internally as well. At the end of the day, whether people like him or not, Trump was at least trying to negotiate deals and reduce tensions through economic strategy. You may disagree with his style, you may disagree with his decisions, but pretending that only one side damaged America is simply not truthful. That's my reaction to your video. If your reporting is fair, I'll support it. If I believe your analysis is misleading, I'll continue to challenge it. Thank you for listening.